What's up, Internet? It's Wayne again here at Showcase Con 4, and I am joined by... I'm not going to pick his name up this time, because I'm just going to let him say it, because I'm not going to embarrass myself again.
Tim Lattie.
Tim Lattie, not
But
Lottie.
I'll take them all. I'll take
a
very
Lattie,
open
a
with the name thing. Yeah, I get the coffee stuff a lot, all that.
Tim Lattie. Just do it, yeah.
I get latte a lot as well, so yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I was talking. I had to call somebody the other day about I don't know what it was, insurance or whatever, and like we were going through that whole process, and I'm like, man, just get in the ballpark. Let's get this over with, this process.
So,
let's talk about some real life stuff.
Let's talk about real life stuff.
All right.
We last talked, we were talking about your Kickstarter. It didn't go through.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
What is the current status of your project?
I'm a big like blessing in disguise person. So if it didn't go through, then that means I was supposed to do something else or do something else with it. So the game plan now is to turn it into a webcomic, and like I said earlier, I'm gonna treat it like a pay-per-view, where you're gonna get free content, you're gonna be able to check it out weekly on Webtoons or wherever it's gonna end up being at. And then it's going to build up the story to the main event, and that'll be like our pay-per-view. That'll be like our SummerSlam or WrestleMania. And I've been picking people's brains here all weekend, and they kind of seem. There's people that they want something in their hand, and then there's some people like, I can read on a tablet or something like that. I'm one of those people. I almost prefer it at this point, just reading on a phone or a tablet or something. But there's a lot of people that aren't, so I figure that might be the best of both worlds until we like transition, because things are changing and you don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as I go, especially in the last like 2 or 3 years. So that is the game plan. It's not that the book's been around long enough that I kind of know the vibe that I get off of it, and I also knew who my audience is, and I think that was a fatal flaw I had. I don't think, dude. I set out to write like a Goonies, Monster Squad kind of story. And the new book is like that. And for whatever reason, like tween girls like love everything I do. I don't know what it is. The irony is that, like if I see somebody in a Harry Potter shirt or a TARDIS dress, sold. But they're not on Indiegogo. No. I think they're on Webtoons. They're at Barnes & Nobles or whatever it is,
So, I mean... You kind of got to go where the audience is, really. I mean,
yeah.
It sucks. It looks like a great story, great content, and I was really looking forward to getting that book.
Doing anything in like life, failure is part of success. So I don't stress it that hard. We got $7,000. We were going for 10. That was a very ambitious goal. We were trying to make a toy, fuck it, man. We were going all in, so there were a lot of lessons learned and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do the webcomics for a few months, and then let's see if my pay-per-view
idea
theory works, So yeah, I'm just going to do it like that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole crowdfunding thing, it's jumped from so many different places. It's gone from like everybody was doing Kickstarter in the beginning and Indiegogo, then it moved on to like now it's Patreon and things like there's so many outlets. It's almost as if it's hard to reach the appropriate.
But all the thing about all that is that as you're a creator, you're an artist, whatever you want to call it. Like you almost have to give away free stuff to get, man, it's so weird. Like the Patreon thing, I have to like give away things and then hope people like give me money for it.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing the begging thing. Like I can't, y'all. Like I can't, even with the Indiegogo, that's a tough process to go through, like, whatever. So yeah, but that's just kind of where it's going now, and you see that in your own life. Like, how many YouTube channel do you watch?
Yeah,
and they're just doing it for free. And whether they start getting paid from YouTube or they get monetization from some sort of way, I think that's the way we're going to have to go. And I was saying this when I did my panel earlier. I can sell you Ghostbusters stuff easily, very easily. But you know what Ghostbusters is. If I'm offering you something brand new, and you're just being introduced to me and you're being introduced to the IP, it might be better to give them a free sample and then see if they come back. So this isn't really that different a concept, you know? It's like Dippin' Dots or something.
I mean, you're just the age old, it's, the guy on the street. He's like, hey, the first one's for free,
Or a drug dealer, yeah, whatever it is. I went Dippin' Dots. I'm very, that's why the tweens love my work. But yeah, it's I think that's the best way to go. And I like the webtoon format. I like the webcomic format. I don't want to Kleenex on webcomics. It's just different. You're looking at it differently. You're reading down instead of like left to right. I love it. But there are some things that I'm like, I'd like to get bigger with it. I'd like to go widescreen. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was like, dude, this movie idea might work. We're coming up. It's a week away from Halloween. We're going to have Thanksgiving and then Christmas. I don't think it's time to drop another Indiegogo, and I want to give it some air. So that's my game. But I want to tell these stories, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll keep up with you, and anytime you got any news, we'll put it out. And I told Robbie, I preach the Bible of Robbie to people when we talk about Transformers. I pushed Tim. I pushed your stuff too. Like, it's great. It's got it. I mean, like I said last time, it's got it. Like, it's got a young audience, an older audience that wants that nostalgia, the younger audience that's gonna want to them that's new. They don't, because kids nowadays, they don't have a Goonies.
Dude, you took the words out of my mouth.
They don't have that. No one makes
thing.
that. Yeah, they don't.
Right.
There's nobody made a Goonies for kids who are.
I made it. The Indiegogo didn't go through, but yeah.
But I mean, it's like no, there's no mass-produced, corporate-backed classic or future classic.
We might be past that though. We might be post-corporate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling y'all, like, you also don't need. I don't need the publisher as much anymore. I don't. I can just put out the webtoon and just see how it goes. I can put out, crowdfunding is probably going to be part of the future. I'm looking into NFTs. We were talking about that earlier, dude. How much can that play a factor in this? Maybe I sell NFT. I don't know. I'd have to figure out how to make that work. But there's all kinds of different stuff going on. Dude, I'm usually ahead of the game. I'm just late to implementing it. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm trying to be as proactive as possible instead of sitting there tinkering and tweetering with something or whatever. Finished crap is always better than a half-finished masterpiece. So put the shit out there, man. And that's what I got to get into my head. I will sit there and fiddle with something forever, man. It just.
Well, I mean, it's like any piece of art is truly like to an artist, it's never done. Like, very rarely do you sit back, look at it, going, there's nothing more that can be done with it.
Yeah, another quote, I forget who said it, but yeah, great projects are never finished, only abandoned, and you got to just get it out there. So art takes time to draw. Writing does not take as long. I can come up with ideas way quicker than I can sit down and actually implement them. So that's the game plan. I was watching something the other morning that they said that you should have 3 webcomics done before you launch, because when they go on like a Webtoons or whatever, if you have 3 issues or episodes, then they can subscribe to you. Whereas if you just have 1, they might just look at it, forget what it is, disappear, whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, okay, let's just hang tight. Let's get 3 done and then we'll drop it. So I'm kind of doing that while I do my other work.
So what other? I mean, is there any other work you can talk about that you're working on right now?
I'm doing some G.I. Joe. So when you do these things, like, so I do most of the cover work. You send them in. I usually send in 3 thumbnails or 3 like rough sketches of ideas for covers with different compositions. And there were 2 that I was like, they're cool. You know what I mean? Like, they were cool. And then there was one that was just like stupid. And I didn't think they were going to pick it, and they picked it. So I'm like, when I read the email, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, man, they picked the cover I wanted to do. And then I was like, fuck, dude, like, this is going to be stupid. So I got my work cut out for me next week. But it's going to be cool. Like, if I pull it off, it'll be really damn cool. I'm going to pull it off. But yeah, it's detailed. It's very detailed. So it'll be a G.I. Joe cover. That'll be next spring. And then as far as Ghostbusters go, I don't know. I hope I'm part of it. I think I will be. We'll see as the
Because I mean that movie comes out
October 20th. No, November 20th.
that like the next month.
Within a month. But I'm need to know. You know, it's like the military.
Yeah.
You know, like when it's time to call me in, then they tell me what to do. But like they're not giving away nothing with Ghostbusters right now. So I'm just hanging tight with it. The G.I. Joe stuff, I can't really talk too much about it. I just know the cover's going to be detailed. And another fun fact, and you can't do Cobra Commander's cloth mask.
Yes, that is a recent thing that I heard that they, because I don't even think the figure has the cloth mask anymore.
So I drew the thumbnails with the cloth mask only because it's more fun. You know what I mean?
And it's to me, it's more iconic of Cobra Commander.
Well, I mean, you
Like,
could
you
have,
had the
you could have
big-
it
the-
blowing in the wind.
yeah.
There's action. I mean, I guess you can do stuff with the reflection. But yeah, that was one of that was the only note I got. Like, hey, we can't do that anymore. Like, just do the helmet. I was like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
So you learn little like knick-knack things as you go along as well from the corporate side. But I'm pretty autonomous from what I do. I just send in emails, they tell me stuff, and you know, I go watch YouTube or something like that. I've been watching Spectre Creative like crazy, like just binging it.
Well, I mean, it's autonomy, and then you have more time for your chickens.
I do. No, I was hoping you were going to mention that, dude. Yeah. So the chickens, when I left this morning, they were doing well. I got a little chicken cam. I keep an eye on them and stuff like that. Put it back. That costs something. Yeah, dude. I got 2 more right before Ida. So I had 2 baby chickens, and then I had nowhere to go because power was going to be out. I thought it was going to be out longer than it was. And my aunt has chickens in Tennessee, so I was lucky to go out there. But, dude, I put 5 chickens and a cat in my truck, in the truck. Not in the bed, in the truck. And I rolled out, dude, to Tennessee, and it was fine. They were very, very well behaved. They were fine. The ride home, the rooster started crowing, dude. I was ready to kill him, man. I almost threw him on I-10. So that is, and I built a giant coop. I spent way more money than I thought I would. Dude, lumber's just like crazy expensive.
It
right
was.
now.
It was crazy.
It
Thankfully,
it still is.
I mean, it's come down a little bit, but it is. We were talking about that earlier. A friend of ours is building a house out in Lacombe, and
It's nuts.
it's
Dude, a 4x4 is $20, dude. I'm building a goddamn chicken run, and it cost me $1,000. You know, like I'm the fuck. So that was an experience. So when I got back from Ida, I'm like, you get in like hurricane mode, which I think might be a thing where I like cleaned out. I wanted to clean out. It was like a purge. I was like, I'm getting rid of this. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. And now we're getting like real. And I was just like, I'm fucking tired of this. I'm tired of looking at this. And I've just been cleaning and throwing stuff away. And then I was like, I'm building a chicken run. And so I spent like a week doing that, dude. So yeah, comics does afford you that. And then like,
well, we were gonna build one, like, basically a chicken coop for the cats, like a cat coop, catio.
Dude, nice. They have cat things you put in the windowsill and stuff.
Well, no,
yeah.
we were gonna do all that, and we were just like looking at the plans and then buying it, and like Hurricane Ida came along, ripped the back of the overhang off the back of the house. So we're like, screw it, we're just gonna close it.
Right.
Now the kids like go outside. And now it's gonna be like this big screened-in thing, like just go.
That's cool too. I just want them to have some room. I was talking with Buddy earlier, and they were like, "Oh man, the chickens smell like shit. Like, don't get them." I'm like, "Mine don't." I was like,
Hey,
"You gotta
clean
go
up
clean the
the-
coop,
you
dude. You
up
gotta
the-
give them room to monitor." It's not the chickens. It's shit. Like, pick it up. Go clean up. So yeah. No. So I let them out, and I got 2 babies. They're teenagers. They're gawkly teenagers right now. They're fun to like watch run around because they're really silly. But I can't keep them around the rooster, so I have a very it's getting easier, but it's like I gotta let the rooster out in the morning, and that's not always fun because he might come at you. And then I'll let the other ones out and let them like run around and hang out all day. And then when I go home, I'll put them up at night. So I've learned a lot over the last few years, but I'm moving forward, dude. I want to go full farm, webcomics and farm, dude. I want to be like best of both worlds. Like part Zoomer, part like, turn of the century man.
Just like big farmhouse with like a drafting drawing room,
Dude.
and then like hay on the floor when you leave the room.
Absolutely, man. Like, dude, they're fun. They're fun to watch. They don't respect fear, like I was saying.
Yeah.
None of them do. Like, it's interesting to see them interact, and when you're adding chickens to the flock, there is a process to it. I'm like, dude, they're going to kill these little birds. You know what I mean?
definitely probably where the term pecking order came from.
Not even dude, there's so much. I know I said this last time, but so much of our lexicon is based off of owning chickens. It's shocking. Chickens and farming. Yeah, pecking order, dude, they no doubt about it. And I'm freaking out, and it's just like, they don't care. They're cool. The rooster will be, I know what's going to happen with the rooster. I'm just waiting until they're old enough. It's going to be big kid time, you know, like it's gonna happen fast. Because I watched a video of like how quickly that process goes down. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not doing it until they lay eggs. So this might go on till January. And I got some, because I know y'all are interested. Half this video is just me talking about what's going on. But one of them's molting right now, so I'm not getting a lot of egg production because they're gonna spend most of that energy on growing feathers.
Yeah.
So I have like no eggs right now, so I'm like, I'm gonna start fasting. But man, come January, dude, it's gonna be stupid, dude. It'll be crazier than my G.I. Joe cover, like how many eggs I'm gonna have. Like I'm gonna be giving them away. And dude, I might start selling those.
Little roadside.
Oh man, cage-free eggs, dude. Those will go for money. That's like $10 a carton, man. You know, like.
roll on down the Bywater.
Yeah,
I got cage-free, cruelty-free eggs.
People are hitting me up for it, dude. These are the most expensive eggs I've ever had in my life, you know? Yeah, people are always like, there was a news reporter I used to hang around with, and she would ask me about it. She was like, you can hook me up with some eggs? I was like, yeah, maybe. But I was only getting a couple. I was only getting enough for me. Now I'm gonna have a few extra. So it's different. It's a different egg.
Tim the Eggman.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like the chicken guy or any of this shit. Like, I draw fucking Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters and stuff. Like, let me be that dude. But it's a good hobby. They're fun. They're fun.
I mean, like we were talking about last convention, all the wildlife we have over by us. I got another set of cats that have just shown up.
Really?
Like, and they belong to someone. They have collars, but they will come sit on my front door, my front porch, looking at that door like, food, please. Right.
There's another thing. There's no lies in nature. I may have said that last time, but that's another one, man. Like, it's just, dude, I look at the rooster like for dating advice now, you know? Like, I'm just like, dude, that's how you got to handle it. Like, this fucker, there's a reason they call him cocky.
Bring
like,
somebody around him if he takes to him.
I do a weird dance and I just hop on him. Like, that's how I mate now. But no, dude, and they love him, dude. It's crazy. So for the guys out there, dude, be a dick. It works. It does. He's back there. You know it works. You know, there's a reason he probably got you. But yeah. So, little dating advice. Y'all didn't see that one coming. No, it's cool, dude. They're cool.
Well, that's awesome. I can't, dude. I can't wait for the webtoon to come up. We'll definitely be spreading that around.
I can't wait for this to be scrubbed off the internet in like 10 years when I'm successful, you know?
Like, wait,
remember you said that about being a dick, dude? Remember we were giving dating advice?
Take that interview down, man.
Yeah, like, come on, dude, don't show the Mediaclash. No,
pull
whatever.
it.
Everybody knows it's true.
It's because somebody's going to be coming up trying to cancel you in like 10 years. Like, you said to be a dick to get a girl. I'm like,
yeah, it'll work.
Oh, that's to be a cop. Be like a rooster.
Dude. But he always, to be fair, he treats them like shit. He takes what he wants when he wants. But then he constantly, he gives them stuff all the time. I swear to God, dude, it's the craziest thing to watch. Like, he gives them, if he finds something on the ground like a treat or a worm or something like that, he's not going to eat it. He starts making this crazy noise, like really excited, and then they come by, or he'll grab them leaves off the branches they can't get, constantly protecting them and stuff like that. So yeah, it's symbiotic for sure. It's not all just like chicken rape in the backyard, you know. Like he's sweet to them.
It's sweet chicken rape.
No, I mean, you know, it's just life.
I mean, it's nature, like, you know. I mean, that's clearly
that's
like,
not the advice I'm giving at this point. But just to be
don't have your way and then bring them treats.
Yeah, don't.
That's not how you do it.
At least do the dance first. The chicken dance is awesome. Like that's probably comes from somewhere. He does this weird thing. So yeah.
Enjoyable as always.
Yeah, let me get out of here before I go any further with this conversation.
Hey, look, It's not every time, anybody and everybody, you can just talk about chickens with.
No, you can't.
Like,
So-
that's a very niche conversation you get to have.
Right.
And twice now we've got to have this conversation.
Oh, no, I hope it happens a third time. Yeah, no,
every go to dinner and just enthrall everyone at the table with some chicken talk.
It's just what's on my mind lately, So that's it. That's all I got.
All right, yeah. So thank you, sir.
I'm out of here. Consent counts, always, guys.